The 22-acre Quincy Quarries Reservation comprises 3 former granite quarries, the largest of which has mostly been filled with material from Boston's Big Dig Highway project. From 1825 through the early 1900s, quarrying was a major industry in Quincy, which at one point supported over 50 active quarries and innumerable granite shops.
The next big leap in technology came with the building of the Bunker Hill Monument. And there was a fellow by the name of Solomon Willard he lived here in Quincy. He was the father of the granite industry in the United States of America. Now, what he did was he developed methods of quarrying the stone and fashioning it into blocks and architectural pieces in a cost-effective way. So he called it an experiment, the building of the Bunker Hill Monument. And we look at it today as 222 feet high. There's other monuments around the world that are much better and more elaborate than that. But what he did was he perfected it and he got the cost down so that you could use granite in large blocks as a suitable building material. They built a railway in 1826. The express purpose of that, their first contract, was to haul the stone for the building of the Bunker Hill Monument. And it became such a profitable thing that the owners of the Granite Railway Company, the stockholders of the Granite Railway Company, actually opened up that quarry about 3 or 4 years later, and they started manufacturing, quarrying stone and manufacturing stone, and they went on to use this building material throughout Boston for everything. The dry dock in Charlestown, the rope walk in the Charlestown Navy Yard. And they were in a great position to do it. The Granite Railway Company already had the transportation method set up from these quarries here in West Quincy down to the Neponset River by railway. It was a gravity railway going downhill, and then from there they would load it onto stone sloops or barges and they could ship it to Boston. One horse was capable of pulling a 12 to 16 ton load of granite because it was on rails. So here's a piece right here.
Yeah, wow.
As a matter of fact. So that's one of the first rails in America.
Right there.
That's it. So what you see here is the process for drilling a hole prior to using pneumatic or electric drills would have been something like this. You had to have the blacksmith. These things here had to go to the blacksmith shop quite often. You'd have a regular pointed drill like this. They'd be drilling a hole in the stone like that with a small hammer like this. There you go. Here's an example of them here. You can see how they're curved, and when they go in there, they're like this, and as you drive the wedge in there, they split it apart, and that will split the stone. That really was the start of the large-scale granite industry in Quincy. Would have been that period, 1826, and it took off from there. The real decline of the granite industry in Quincy was World War II. And at that period of time, you couldn't get steel, you couldn't get oil, you couldn't get coal, and these industries required a lot of that. For instance, this particular stone shed here had its own steam plant that was right behind me with the boiler and the steam engine that ran on coal. And if that stuff was all being used for the war effort, it was rationed. So that was the decline, was 1941-42 in Quincy.
After quarrying operations ceased at the Granite Railway, Badger, and Swingles quarries, the quarry pits filled with ground and rainwater, making them popular hangouts and swimming holes. And it didn't take long for local rock climbers to take advantage of the quarry's sheer granite walls. Thank you for watching. For more exclusive video content, including short films, episodes, and features, be sure to click the subscribe button and look for us on social media at Explorer New England Films.